Hey guys, this is DKS38 and welcome to part 4 of my 150 subscriber DVD collection. This is our 4th row of DVDs, so let's get started. This one's probably going to go by a little bit quicker because a lot of the ones in this 4th row are a lot of like collections, some of the same movies, like in the same series, all that kind of stuff. So it's the same amount of movies, but it's probably going to go by quicker because there's a lot of, series in this one. So let's get started. The first one is The Grudge and The Grudge 2. Pretty good horror movies. I've seen the first one. I haven't really seen the second one all that much. I've tried to watch it, but I fell asleep. But it's not that classic. That girl in there. It's kind of crazy movie. It's weird. But it's pretty good. They're typical horror stories. I might watch them because it's close to Halloween and stuff like that. So we have Guess Who? Yeah. Another Ashton Kutcher movie, but this one's got Bernie Mac. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. Alright. I'm not sure what to think about this movie. It was kind of It has everybody, everybody, it's a movie about an engagement's happened in the family, but he fails to mention that, okay, they never met him, that he's white, so they are trying to find a way to break the engagement because the whole family's black and stuff like that, and a bunch of hilarity ensues. But like I said, it's an okay movie. I don't know. We have one that was just given to me. I've never seen it. I'm not sure. It's not my kind of movies. They're Western movies. If anybody can tell me about it, that'd be cool. But like I said, they're not my kind of movies. But it's called The Gunfighters and The Gun in the Pulpit. I said they're Western movies. From what I gathered, I've never watched them. Westerns are not really my thing. But the movie was just given to me. So I'm not sure. I might watch it one of these days. If somebody's seen one of these, let me know if any one of them's really any good or anything like that. But like I said, I'm not sure. Westerns aren't really my thing, but like I said, it was given to me. It was free, so I went ahead and just took it anyway. So now we're going to the H's. We have Hancock. I saw this movie in theaters. This movie's a mixed bag for a lot of people. People seem to hate it or like it. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it, but it's not extremely good either. It's not one of Will Smith's better roles, but it's definitely not his worst role either. After Earth. But yeah, it's a typical superhero. It's a superhero who's like got extraordinary powers, but he has no public image because he's always drunk, he's homeless, he always seems to destroy everything that he tries to save and all that kind of stuff. And there's one person that tries to bring him in and tries to change his image and trying to make him like more model citizen and like protector and stuff like that, and without damaging anything. And he finds out that there's somebody else played by Charlize Theron that has the same powers as him, and a big battle ensues and all that kind of stuff. And found out that it's a lot of people seem to like it, or a lot of people hate it. It's like I said, I'm kind of in the middle of it. It's not bad, but it's not like great either. It's kind of in the middle to me, but I would give it a watch if you want to find something a little different to watch. Then we have The Hangover. I don't have the second one yet or the third one, but I've seen 1 and 2, but I have not seen 3. But yeah, what happens when they go out to Vegas and bachelor party, dudes get married, they wake up with no remembrance of the night before, and there's one of their friends is missing. Bunch of craziness happens. They try to find their friend, and they try to find out what happened the night before. They apparently have Mike Tyson's tiger, and they get into things with drug lords. Very funny movie. I would definitely recommend watching it. All right, we have Happy Gilmore, one of Adam Sandler's first movies. He is a hockey player that he keeps getting into like a bunch of fights and gets expelled from hockey. His grandma's house back gets sold, so he takes up golf. to try to get the money to raise for his grandma's health. And he finds out he's not very good at golf, but he has like a drive that people have never seen. He can hit the ball like 400 to 500 yards and stuff like that. And like it's a pretty funny movie. It's not bad for one of Adam Sandler's first movies. All three Elden Kumars. Elden Kumar go to White Castle, Elden Kumar escape from Guantanamo Bay, and Elden Kumar's Very Merry Christmas. Alright. I thought the whole series as a whole was good. First one is the typical stoner movie. They smoke a lot of weed, and they decided to go to White Castle to get some food, and every time they try to get to White Castle, something happens. Their car breaks down, or they wind up lost, all that kind of stuff, or they get like bombarded by Neil Patrick Harris. But it was a really good one. Second one was my favorite personal one, Escape from Guantanamo Bay. They're heading to Amsterdam, and he smokes a bong on the plane, and it breaks, and everybody thinks it's a bomb. They go to Guantanamo Bay. They wind up escaping, and the FBI's after them, and all that kind of good stuff. And the third one, The Very Merry Christmas, Kumar goes to the house, accidentally burns down a Christmas tree with a joint, and they have to go around and try to find a Christmas tree on the night before Christmas. All three of them as a whole is just a bunch of like stoner movies, but it all comes together into one big package and like that. And it's pretty funny. I like them. Then we have the entire Harry Potter series. All 8 movies. All 8 of them. The entire Harry Potter. So, I read the books. I thought the book was phenomenal. Except for the 5th one. I'm not going to mention the 5th one. But the series as a whole was pretty phenomenal. I really liked it. And the movies did the books pretty much justice. I know they left some stuff out, but that's the nature of movies sometimes. So, but overall, the whole series as a whole is really good. I recommend, if you haven't watched them, I don't know what's wrong with you, but if you have watched them, then you know what I'm talking about. The whole series as a whole is really, really good. So, but yeah, I would definitely, I mean, it's one of my favorite series of movies and books and stuff like that. So, got another B-rated horror movie called Harvest of Fear. They go to, I've remember seeing it. I don't remember much about it, but they go to a place called Devil's Lake. It's kind of like a hash of Friday the 13th. They go to Devil's Lake, murders happen, blah, 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 blah. It's a rip-off of Friday the 13th. That's all I can say. So, we have Hellraiser, the original first Hellraiser. Alright. Very creepy movie, if you've seen it. I'm trying to find the entire series, but I only have the first one right now. But very creepy movie. I would definitely recommend it, especially around because it's Halloween time right now. Definitely, if you can find it, watch it. It's very creepy, very can be gory at times. Pinhead's a pretty good antagonist, and all kind of stuff. I would definitely recommend watching if you ever have a chance to watch it. And I've only paid $2.50 for it, so. Hellboy and Hellboy 2. They're average superhero movies. They're not the best ones, but they're not the worst ones either. Demons wage war on the human world, and Hellboy has to stop it. Yeah, that's basically what it is. So, they're average. They're not the best ones. They're not the worst ones. There's definitely better ones out there, but there's definitely some worse ones out there. But if you're looking for like a mindless, fun superhero movie, these are for you. The hills have eyes. Alright. They go, it's, actually, this is a remake of the Wes Craven classic. They go to, they get stranded in a New Mexico desert, and they get terrorized by mutants. This is another pretty good horror movie, but this one's got a little bit of a twist to it. I'm not going to say what it is for people who haven't watched it, but this one's actually worth taking a look at. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. What can be said about this movie that hasn't been said? Seriously. I mean, it's a pretty damn good movie. But, it's a pretty good sci-fi movie, but with a lot of twists and plot turns and all that kind of stuff. It's, based on the best-selling book, of course, so, I mean, but, the book's better, but this movie really, really does justice to it. It's definitely a must-look if you haven't watched it yet. And, yeah, it's really, really good. Hocus Pocus. It's one of my roommate's favorite movies. My roommate Katie, it's one of her favorite movies. It's, about three 17th century witches who actually get brought to the modern day, and they try to adjust to modern day, and it's a bunch of flair. It's actually a really good movie. I enjoy it. I've seen it at least 10 times because every time I go downstairs, she seems to be watching this or something, or like Nightmare Before Christmas or something like that, because like it's one of her favorite movies. So. Hollow Man 2. It's not as good as the first one, but it's just like the first one. The dude takes an invisibility serum that for research, all kind of stuff, but it's given him a slow, painful death. And there's only one person that can keep him alive, and they have to try to find an antidote and try to keep him alive and all kind of stuff. It's not as good as the first one, but the second one, it's not bad, but it's definitely not as good as the first one. But if you ever have a chance to watch it, I would watch it. Watch the first one first, but the second one's not too bad either. Horrible Bosses. I actually have the poster of Horrible Bosses hanging up in my room right over here. It's a really good movie. These people hate their bosses, and they're going to hire a hitman to try to kill the bosses and make it look like an accident, but nothing goes as it seems, and stuff like that. It's a really funny movie. I would definitely recommend watching it. Like I said, it's one of my favorite movies that came out in 2012. Like I said, I got the poster hanging right over there above my movies, so I would definitely recommend watching this one. It's funny trying to see them how they would try to kill off their bosses, and different ways to try to kill off the bosses, and what the hitman does and giving suggestions, all kind of stuff. It's a pretty good movie. Hostel. Alright, pretty good movie. It's about two Americans who go to Europe, and they actually fall prey to a murder for profit business. So yeah, they got Europeans trying to kill them for profit, and it's a crazy movie. I haven't seen the second one, but the first one I see is really, really good, really gory, grisly, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty good. Of course, it's directed by the man himself, Quentin Tarantino. So. Hot Fuzz. It's about a cop who goes to a new town, which is a small town, to continue his cop, all kind of stuff, but strange things are happening in this town. And all kind of stuff. It's pretty funny. It's got the same people in there as Shaun of the Dead and Run Fat Boy Run and all kind of stuff. Simon Pegg and whoever the fat guy is. Nick Frost. I couldn't remember his name. I had to look at the back of the box real quick. But it's strange things are happening in this town, and it's up to him to figure out what's going on. House of Flying Daggers. Kind of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, typical Japanese action movie with a lot of high flying and kicks and punches and Matrix styles and all that kind of stuff. If you've seen like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon or something like that, it's something pretty similar to that. Hulk and the Incredible Hulk. This one is not that good. This one's the superior one. They're both Hulk movies, but this one, I don't know. This one just doesn't seem this one doesn't really seem really as good. This one's a hell of a lot better. The Edward Norton version compared to the Eric Bana version. But if you have to choose one, I would definitely pick the Incredible Hulk. This one follows closely and all that kind of stuff. And this was one that leads up to the Avengers. Although it's a different person because it's not Edward Norton, it's Mark Ruffalo and the Avengers. But if you have to choose one, I would definitely choose the Incredible Hulk. But this one's probably toward the bottom of superhero movies. This one's a lot better. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Sadly, this is the only Indiana Jones movie I own. I've seen all the Indiana Jones movies, but this is the only one I actually own. It's the fourth one in the series. He has a son. And, yeah, I mean, he has a son who's played by Shia LaBeouf. And it's Indiana Jones, but everybody thought this was going to be like the passing of the torch from Indiana Jones to Shia LaBeouf, but Harrison Ford said it's on to Indiana Jones movie. He's going to continue playing Indiana Jones, but he's not going to do as much action scenes because, you know, he's getting up in age. He's in his 70s now, but yeah, it's Indiana Jones movie, more modern day. I mean, not more modern, but it's like the next chapter after the original trilogy. iRobot. It's definitely one of Will Smith's better movies. Alright. It's basically a scientist winds up dead. This is like a futuristic Earth. A scientist winds up dead and everybody thinks these robots did it, and so they're investigating the death, and but they were programmed not to harm humans, but rules were meant to be broken, so they're trying to investigate what the heck's going on with the robots and all kind of stuff, because they were programmed not to harm humans, and yet they're thinking that a robot did kill one of the scientists, and stuff like that. It's really good sci-fi thriller movie with Will Smith in it. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you ever have the chance. Only have a few more left in this row, so we're getting there. Like I said, a lot of them are like series, so it's going to go by a little bit quicker. We got Iron Man and Iron Man 2. Iron Man's pretty good. War Machine's a pretty good villain. Tells you how Iron Man became Iron Man, how he built the suit, how he got the arc reactor in his chest, and sorry, Iron Man. I was holding up Iron Man 2. And War Machine's a pretty good villain, but in my opinion, Iron Man 2 is the superior one. I have seen Iron Man 3, but I don't like how they portrayed the Mandarin. I mean, it's not bad, but Mandarin's one of my favorite Iron Man villains. But I didn't like how they portrayed it and all that kind of stuff. Iron Man 2 is definitely the superior of the three. I like Whiplash. Whiplash is a very good villain. But, I don't have Iron Man 3 on DVD yet, but I have seen it. I saw it in theaters. So, I don't know. It's a pretty good trilogy. I can't wait for him to return in Avengers 2 and possibly Iron Man 4, because I think they signed a new contract with Robert Downey Jr. But yeah, the trilogy as a whole is pretty good. But like I said, Iron Man's pretty good, but Iron Man 2 is the superior one in my opinion. Jackass and Jackass 2. It's the TV series movie. It's them doing stupid stuff and recording it. It's Jackass, the TV series and movies. What more can be said about it? They're funny, they're raunchy, and it's hilarious. We all love it. The fifth movie in the Jay and Silent Bob series, we have Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It's Jay and Silent Bob have their likeness in comic books, and they're not getting any royalties, so they head to Hollywood to try to get the royalties from the comic book and get their money. And there's one of the few that actually have Jay and Silent Bob as the lead characters, because most of the time they're supporting characters in the movies, but this one's they're actually the lead. And they go to Hollywood and try to get money for the Black Man and Chronic, and they find like a monkey and some crazy jewel thief chicks and all kind of stuff. And this is probably one of my favorites from the series, besides maybe Dogma. But Jay and Silent Bob's probably up there as one of my favorites too. So Jennifer's Body. It's kind of a weird movie. I think, yeah, it's got Megan Fox in there. Gorgeous, like, cheerleaders possessed by a demon. And, you know, they clash and all kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, after she's possessed by the demon, she has an insatiable appetite for human flesh. So she goes from, like, a really hot cheerleader to, like, flesh-eating demon. And she also tries to find a way to get rid of the demon inside of her body. It's a pretty good movie. I liked it. Now, people who know me know I freaking love Ellen Page. I freaking love the girl. I don't care what people say. I freaking love Ellen Page. And we got Juno. Juno is about Ellen Page and Michael Cera. They inadvertently, she gets pregnant, but she decides she doesn't want the baby, so she tries to find somebody to adopt her, and they find adopt the baby, and she finds a couple that wants to do it, but she starts spending too much time with the couple, and the husband starts spending too much time with Ellen Page's character Juno, and these problems start to the point where they almost don't adopt a baby and all that kind of stuff, but in the end they adopt it and all that kind of stuff. And it's a really good movie. It won a lot of numerous awards. I would definitely recommend watching it. This movie I really don't know anything about. It looks like I think it's another B-rated movie, but it's called Keeper of Time. I don't know. It looks like a Dungeons and Dragons or like Lord of the Rings kind of rip off all kind of stuff. Basically, based on the back of the box, the person that's been chosen to be the most powerful wizard, he has to go to a castle until he faces the world's most evil wizard. So I guess it's got a lot of magic and stuff in it. But I don't know anything about the movie. If anybody's seen it, let me know. I haven't watched it. I don't know, but I have it, so. In the last movie of this row, we have, and I have not seen this. I have seen the second one. I have seen the second one, but I don't. Of course, it's not even out on DVD yet. But we have Kickass. Really, really, really like this movie. I really like Kickass. For people who haven't seen it, it's another superhero movie, but it's got a big twist in it. It's not your typical superhero movie. It's got a bunch of violence in it. Like he gets his back nearly mauled. To the point where he has to get like metal in his body to where he can't feel anything, and a bunch of beating people with pipes and all that kind of stuff. It's a superhero movie with a very violent twist. It's very, very, very grisly. And of course, Hit Girl and Big Daddy and all kind of stuff. And Kevin Bacon plays the villain, and of course, it's Red Mist, who eventually becomes the villain in this Kick-Ass too, and all kind of stuff. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. It's very, very, very grisly, dark, black superhero movie. And that's it for row 4 of my DVD collection. And I thank y'all for watching. We are halfway done now, guys. So y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all next time.